Hey guys, we've been working in session view for the whole time pretty much, and it's been a lot of fun. And you can see how you can combine different ideas together in session view very easily. And it works really well, and it's unique to Ableton Live, but it's about to get even more awesomer because I'm about to show you the launch box, which is present in clips, both audio and MIDI clips. It's only present in session view. If you're in arrangement view, you wouldn't see this. So to have a look at the launch box, select a clip and click on the L icon here, and that opens up this box here. So it's quite a narrow box, but it's packed with a lot of features, and these features can be pretty damn awesome, as you're about to find out. So there are different launch modes, and these dictate how a clip is launched by clicking a button on your MIDI controller or simply by just clicking your mouse. So with trigger, which is the default launch mode, when I click on this with my mouse cursor, or when I press a button to trigger it, if I'd set up the MIDI, which I haven't done yet, it's just going to play. So see, I've moved my cursor away now and it's still playing, and I'm going to stop it by clicking on stop down here. So when I release the button on my mouse, it is ignored. That doesn't do anything. But with gate, what happens is when you click down on your mouse cursor, it's going to play the sample and keep playing it. And when I release the mouse cursor, it's going to stop playing it. Release. Okay, let's do that one more time. Release, and there we go. So that's gate. The next launch mode we have is toggle. So with toggle, when you press it once, it's playing, and I've released my mouse cursor and it's still playing, but when I click on it again, it stops. So clicking on it a second time stops the clip. Let's do that one more time. Click, release, click again, and it stops. And finally, we have repeat. So with repeat, if I hold down my mouse button, then it's going to play the clip repeatedly at the quantization that has been set. So right now you can see the clip is set to global quantization, and the global quantization is here, and it's set to 1/4 of a bar. So that means when I hold this down, it's going to play 1/4 of a bar on repeat until I release, and then hold down again. Release. Okay, cool. So you've got an idea about how these 4 different launch modes work. We can change that setting here, change the global quantization, or I can actually change the clip quantization. So this clip could have 16ths, for example, and now and we can change that to 8ths, for example. So that's pretty cool stuff, and that gives you a lot more creative expression, as it were, to come up with new musical ideas, and it's lots of fun as well. So the next thing to talk about in the launch box is legato mode. And when you have legato mode activated on a clip, then basically what it's going to do is it's going to continue playing this clip from whatever position the previous clip was in according to the quantization. So if I select all of these clips here, and let's set them all to legato mode, and let's set them all to trigger mode, and let's set the clip quantization to 1/8. Now what we can do is launch a clip. So what it's doing is it's continuing on with the new clip when I launch a new clip from a position that's in the middle of that clip, and it's going to be the same position that is where we left off in the previous clip, if that makes sense. So this opens up a new range of possibilities again. Now with legato mode activated, you may experience some kind of dropouts and little clicks and pops, and that's because Ableton is trying to read from the disk and load up that sample immediately within a millisecond or two to be able to play it for you, and that's what creates little dropouts. So a way to get around that is to make sure this RAM button is activated, and what that means is it's going to store all of these samples on its RAM memory. So RAM is here, and that way it's going to be able to load them much faster, and they're already prepared and ready to be played right from the way they were intended to be played according to the way they're defined in these clips. Okay, so this is pretty powerful stuff, and you can see we can have a lot of fun with this. We also have quantization here for the clips themselves. This is independent of the global quantization, and for these clips, the quantization set for the clips takes precedence over the global quantization for live. So you can have global quantization set to 1 bar, but these clips will not change once every bar. They'll change once every eighth of a bar, or whatever you choose to set in the clip quantization. We can also make each clip have a different level of velocity sensitivity, or you can just select all of the clips by clicking on the bottom one, holding down Shift and clicking on the top one, selecting them all like that, and then you can adjust the velocity sensitivity so that if you have a velocity sensitive MIDI controller like a piano keyboard or Ableton Push, for example, then depending on how hard you strike that MIDI note responsible for triggering that particular clip, it's going to play it quietly or loudly. Cool, so next we're going to get into follow actions, and these are really powerful things. So we're going to look at them in the next tutorial, and we're going to be using them in this track. So I'll see you in the next one.